Hi YouTube, Jeff Lindsay in the garage with you Tuesday afternoon, about 4 p.m. We did not do anything yesterday. We came home, just kind of took it easy after work. We got the driver's side fender rolled out. We're going to take it off of the rotisserie piece and get started stripping this thing today and shooting for hopefully maybe about an hour and a half by the time we get the sandblaster outside and blast in those recessed areas like we did on the passenger side. The fender looks really good. Obviously both of these are aftermarket and were not original to the car, which is good for me because that means I don't have to buy any and they're not rusted out, so I don't have to repair them. Hopefully, once we get all the paint off, we won't run into any surprises in there. So that's where we at, YouTube, starting another video. All right, tubers, after about a 30-minute neighbor interruption, guy come over, he saw me sandblasting outside. He come over and wondered if I wanted to paint his dang van. Good Lord. All right, YouTube, we got the paint stripped off the driver's side. We flipped it over and we blasted all those areas like the bottom here, just like we did on the other one. Very clean, very nice. No issues with this fender other than the two little dings right there. Kind of in the same place on the other one. But other than that, smooth sailing. We blasted around the side marker. Etched out pretty. You can tell right where that thing in glass beads do it to it. Went around the inside of where the headlight area is. And another thing that we did, YouTube, yesterday is we went ahead and pulled the trigger on a new header panel. And the reason why is there are two areas that are where that piece is put together up under the headlight area. Those two pieces are missing. I thought I could buy those separate. I couldn't find them anywhere. And the price of a new header panel was very reasonable, 180 bucks delivered. Did have some discussion with Mr. Fireman 164 about the panel type. We're gonna try to get the fender mocked up on here today. And of course the header panel will come in, we'll get it. Lower valence, we'll have to do basically the same thing we're doing. We'll have to strip it, sandblast affected areas. There might be a little bit of rust repair on it, not sure yet till we get it cleaned up. And then we'll go from there. The fender wells or inner fender, whatever you call those, we got both of those. They're definitely gonna have to be sandblasted and painted. In pretty bad shape. I really hadn't looked at them close. I'm hoping they're not rusty bad showing up, but we'll see. All right, YouTube, we're gonna put the DA on this and get the rest of these little spots where we just kind of was going over, and we'll stick it on there and give you a shot of that. All right, we'll bring you back. All right, YouTube, it is still Tuesday afternoon, about 6 p.m. We got the driver's side fender stripped down, sandblasted on the inside. That thing is clean as a whistle, and it is every bit as good, if not better, than the passenger side fender. Absolutely no rust, not even surface rust. I don't know what could have possibly caused the problem with these two things. Both fenders had little dings on the top. I left that just so I would be able to see, because this is not bad at all. I may be able to straighten that out and just kind of DA that down a little bit, and maybe even high bill primer or whatever, you know, and without having to do any filler. That's just very minimal right there. A little one there and just a little one there. Wanted to hang the fender just to see what was going on. And I had a fella tell me the other day that before I ever even messed with this one, that I would probably have some issues with the driver's side, which leads me to believe there must be something in the stamping of these F bodies And he was exactly right. I do think that I have found the issue that I'm going to have, and I don't think it'll be too bad of a fix, other than gapping the fenders and the fender on this side and the door. This core support, you can look at the way this one's lined up, and you can tell that it is pretty straight. I mean, I know it's hard to see on the camera. But coming to this side, you can see that this has either been dropped, causing this piece of the core to move slightly in toward the center of the car, or either it was stamped that way. I have no way of knowing. It does look like there's a little bit of a crease there. Hard to see, it's so dirty and dusty. My plan is just to remove the fender, run 2 studs down in here, leave them sticking up, and then take a bar and come in there and see if I can work this piece back out. Both of the headlight bucket bolts are started and run down just slightly with a ratchet till they snug, so I would know that, and then you can push this all the way over, and you can see that one bolt hole there will just about line up. This one's a 1/2 inch out, which tells me this whole piece right here has got to go toward the fender. Shouldn't be a problem, should be a pretty easy fix, YouTube. Like I say, we have not gapped the door. We just set the fender on there. There's a big gap in the front and a big gap at the top back here. We hadn't done anything to the door. This is still, don't even have a bolt in the bottom. Just put one in the top and them 2 just to see what kind of alignment issue we might be gonna have there. But anyway, we're gonna call it a night, get in and eat a little supper and get ready for another day. 2 fenders. We'll try to get them shot in epoxy this weekend, or maybe in the next day or 2 in the evening. We got plenty of time. But we got the fender. The next thing we definitely need to do is try to straighten that core up just a little bit. And we'll see what happens from there. All right, YouTube, we'll bring you along. Hey YouTube, Jeff Lindsay in the garage with you on Wednesday, 1st day of November. We got out in the shop a little late this afternoon. It's about 6 p.m., but we're gonna hit it for a couple of hours. Went ahead and pulled the driver's side fender off. The issue that we are having with the core support is that these 2 bolt holes are not lining up very well, in particular the back one. We've got 3 bolts just kind of threaded down in there, and what the plan is to try to move this piece in a clockwise motion by just using leverage and trying to bring this thing. I believe it was either dropped on this corner or maybe it was in the stamping, I don't know, but it is definitely a tighter radius than the other side is. This is actually pointing in toward the firewall, probably about the brake pedal area. The other one on the other side is kind of pointing straight down the body line of the car. And if you look straight down, you can tell by looking in this area that this is actually favoring or twisted in toward the center of the car that way. It's obviously a little bit out. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I can actually flex this thing with my hand, which is an indication of probably how thin that metal is. So we're going to get us a bar and lightly apply pressure and see if we can work this piece around. Don't want to put too much pressure on it. Those nuts up underneath probably aren't welded very good, so don't want to get into any of that if we can prevent it. So we'll just take our time and try to work this part around and try to line it up with the face of this cord. All right, YouTube, we'll bring you back. All right, YouTube, after some gentle persuasion, didn't take a lot. You can see that this is now lined up, straight up and down. Not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, but I know to get this bolt hole in that fender, that's what we had to do. So we're gonna pull these back out now, set the fender back up there, and see if we did any good, and we'll bring you back. All right, YouTube, that was a pretty quick fix. Didn't even skin up the paint job. So, not much to that. Obviously, that thing had been bumped, dropped, or something. It's definitely, the crease is gone. It might be just a touch of one there, but it's not much. But we straightened it out flush there. Bolt holes lined right up, just like this side. So we feel like that was pretty much our issue with that. We have not pulled square on this, and I think we'll do that right now and just check to see just how close we are. Hopefully it's pretty close. We'll see in just a minute, and we'll bring you back and let you know what the results of that are. All right, YouTube. All right, YouTube, we're gonna try to do this one-handed. We're gonna pull from this fender bolt on the passenger side across to the very tip front of the fender, 74 1/4. And we're gonna pull from the driver's side fender bolt across. And the results are pretty dang good. Just a hair over 74 1/4, maybe a 1/16 long, but I mean that's good. You know, that's not bad. I can deal with that. I'm gonna pull from that same fender bolt and looking down to the very front bolt of the core support. We're 70 to the center of the bolt head. 70. We'll drop back around, go back over that same fender bolt on the passenger side, pull across to the front bolt in the core support, and we are dead center, 70. So that's got to be really, really close. So with those measurements being that close, I feel like we probably gonna be good trying to gap this side. The other side's in good shape. But you know, we got to blow it all apart and have to do it again. But we can put some marks in there. We can set this thing up so it won't be so hard to get back together. And that's what we're going to do. All right, YouTube, we'll bring you along. All right, YouTube, we've got plenty of video time to upload a video. So, we want to take this time to close this one out. We'll start another one tomorrow or the next day. Appreciate everybody watching the videos. Thanks for subscribing. All the folks that are jumping on late, we appreciate it, most certainly. All right, YouTube, we're going to pull these fenders off tonight, get them laid out and wiped down and ready to go. And hopefully we can put a bunch of stuff back on here tomorrow and see what it looks like. All right, we'll bring you back.